Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Yassss for the Mess, and we're here to talk about Kandi Burruss and Porsha Williams and the Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay? Now, there has been a lot of rumblings all season about this current season of the Housewives of Atlanta, about how bad it's been, about how the producers have cut out a lot of pivotal things that happened in this season to speed up to Strippergate, okay? There's been a lot of criticism amongst the fans about the direction of the show, about the future of the show, about who should leave, who should come back, who should they bring to the show, and everything else. Now, as we already know from watching Kandi speak on it, which I feel like is one of the better after shows in regards to the Housewives of Atlanta. It's even better than the Bravo after show, honey, okay? So whenever you watch the Housewives of Atlanta, be sure to tune in to Kandi speak on it on her YouTube channel, Kandi Online. Let me just say that. But on one of her speak on it's Kenya Moore, who is a housewife vet, spoke on this unaired beef between Kandi Burruss and Porsha Williams in regards to Kandi's production credit for the Black Lives Matter special that Bravo aired, okay? Now, we have an article here from vulture.com, okay, where they talk about said beef. And they discuss it, and we find out what exactly happened between Kandi and Porsha at the beginning of the season that we as the fans did not see. So I'm going to read the article to you guys. I'm going to give you my opinion on it. And then after I give my opinion, you give yours. So let's get into the article. Popular long-running cast members enjoy the influence their status entails extending to the corporate level. In the summer of 2020, Bravo planned to stream conversations about race and racism on the network's website and on Instagram. When Kandi Burruss, an original star of the Housewives of Atlanta, heard about the idea, she wrote an email to Levine saying that there were some changes she would like to see at the network, starting with the idea that any special about racism should air on TV in primetime and feature popular cast members involved with the movement. We always say Bravo celebrities, Burruss says. Those are our friends in our heads. So what I was saying to Sherry is if people have the opportunity to hear their friends in their heads say, yeah, even we deal with these situations, then it'll help them look at it differently. Burruss's letter to Levine had other action items. There were many black crew members on Bravo shows, but Bravo didn't work with any black-owned production companies until Levine hired the company that produced Race in America. Levine says there are now multiple series in development from the production companies with the BIPOC owners. Burruss asks that Bravo internship spots be set aside for students from historically black colleges and universities. Levine tells me that NBC has expanded the size of its outreach program to increase diversity. Not any of the people that I've had any experience with at Bravo are racist or come across as racist to me, Burruss says. But if you don't have enough African Americans around you that are also in your ear saying, oh, this would be a good idea, you're just not informed. So Burruss asked Levine to recruit and hire more black executives. NBC Universal had recently unveiled a restructuring that says elevated black talent within the company. Burruss shared the contents of the letter with her castmates, including Porsha Williams, Tanya Sam, and Marlo Hampton. She also discussed it with former co-star Nene Leakes, who in the fall of 2020 accused Cohen and the network of racism before announcing she would be leaving the show. Burruss expected the other women to be pleased, but in a separate exchange over text messages, they expressed annoyance that Burruss had gone to Levine without telling them. Burruss didn't understand why private professional correspondence needed to be ran past her castmates and was particularly bothered that Porsha Williams was not supportive. They say they were upset because I did not include them, she tells me, but we all have our way that we're helping with the movement. The fight was leaked to the blogs. Suddenly, a nuisance disagreement about activism was processed through reality TV storylines. Burruss decided to confront Williams on camera. The exchange didn't air, but a different scene in which co-star Kenya Moore snipped that Williams was arrested for attention made the cut. In an interview, Moore reiterated her position. Porsha wanted to be the only one that was the face of the movement for TV purposes. Viewers and Moore's co-workers thought the dig was in poor taste. Porsha questioning whether Kenya's body is real is to the fans funny shade, Bailey says. Kenya questioning Porsha's activism is a little more of a serious trigger. No one feels like it's funny to question it, whether it's a valid question or not. Okay, so that was basically the part of the article where they discussed the Kandi versus Porsha situation that aired, well, that did not air, but it was mainly over Kandi going to the executives without talking to the cast members about what she was planning to do. Now, here's my take on the situation. I saw this same conversation on other forums. Y'all do know that I'm a message board person. I do go on different message boards and shit like that most of the time. Sometimes I don't even post, I just lurk. But I've seen people discuss this, and in my opinion, I don't understand why Porsha felt so bothered about Kandi going to the executives, because I feel like what she did was a good thing, especially for African Americans on the network. And from what I was told, that's where the name Kandi Cruz came from in regards to Porsha and Nene. Also, Nene was also another person allegedly that felt some kind of way about Kandi talking to executives about this. I don't get where the outrage comes from. I don't understand why anybody would be mad because she's trying to further put African Americans in a decent spot at the table at the Bravo offices. I don't understand why. But I'm guessing in my eyes, and I know the Porsha fans are going to come at me for saying this, but y'all know I'm used to it at this point. I don't care. Porsha fans hate me and they still watch me anyway, so I don't give a damn what they got to say, child. But let me just say this. I feel like Porsha was upset because she probably felt as though I'm the one that's on the front line. I'm the one that's getting tear gassed. I'm the one that's getting arrested constantly. I'm the face of this shit. My grandfather has a background in this, so why wouldn't I be a part of the conversation? Or if anything about Black Lives Matter is talked about, I need to be the first one referred. I don't see why she would feel any kind of way about this. Honestly, I don't know, because at the end of the day, you saying that she didn't include you guys in the conversation, but when the Black Lives Matter production aired on TV, you were there. You were there. So I don't understand why is it that would be an issue. Like, I don't see why it would be any annoyance about this issue in regards to this situation. And apparently this was played out on the show with Kandi and Porsha. Porsha was very upset about Kandi talking to the Bravo executives about said situation, about, you know, this production. And apparently Kandi was the executive producer of, one of the executive producers of the Black Lives Matter special. And I guess Porsha felt like she should have had a piece of the pie, being that she was actively fighting for Black Lives Matter. But I think that that was way too much. I feel like Porsha did too much in that situation. I think Nene did too much in the situation as well. And that is why Kenya took a dig at Porsha, you know, early on in the season. Of course, they only aired that part, but they did not air why Kenya came at Porsha saying that she's only doing this for a look. It would have made more sense had they aired what was really going on between Kandi and Porsha at the beginning of the season, and then maybe we would have all understood why Kenya said what she said in regards to Porsha and her efforts with Black Lives Matter and why she just wanted to be seen. I think that they have fucked up this entire season by not airing certain things that are pivotal to the storylines that's playing out. Because at the end of it all, we're looking at the show and we're not understanding where a lot of this shit is coming from. But we don't understand where it's coming from because they're cutting everything out. But at the same time, I'm really not surprised. I think that I've always spoken how I felt about Porsha. I do think that I wouldn't say that she was doing the Black Lives Matter thing as a means of attention. I definitely wouldn't say that at all. But I do think that she wanted to be the only one that was standing for something in regards to the matter, and that's why she was pissed about Kandi talking to the executives about this. situation. I don't see why it's a big deal. If she was really looking out for herself, she never would have even shared what she talked about with the executives in the first place. I don't see why anybody would be annoyed by that. Sometimes it's better that you go do things on your own. Sometimes when you try to do things as a group, some people ain't willing to do that. Some people aren't willing to shake the tree or rock the boat. Some people say they're going to be with you on something, but they back out. Sometimes it's better that you do things by yourself. And that's what she did. So that's all I got to say about the situation. What do you guys got to say about Kandi and Porsha's beef? It wasn't aired, but this is why they even had an issue at the beginning of the season. Were you Team Kandi or Team Porsha or Team no one? Let's leave it below. Let's talk about it. With that being said, you guys be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe to my channel. Be sure to share this video or do whatever you see fit. If you want to follow me on social media, my Twitter and Instagram will be at the bottom, okay? With that being said, this was Yes for the Mess. Be sure to be on the lookout for Boys Night Out this Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, featuring myself, Jamar84, giving you the real tea, and Josiah's World TV. We are currently in talks of planning Friday night's show, and we're going to have a grand old time. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. Till my next video, I'll holler at you later. Peace out.